Hello, comrades. Welcome back to Jacob's Custom Gunworks. Today, I have something that was unobtainium for a lot of us for a long time. This is the AKS74u, or for us Westerners here, the Krinkov. And this one is by PSA. This one is in 300 Blackout. And I will go over why I chose that caliber over a lot of other ones later in the video. For now, we'll just go ahead and go over what I've done to this gun so far, and I've only had it for about an hour. So with this one, I did elect to get the SB Tactical side folding brace. I can tell you that this mechanism in the side folder is super stiff, so you're going to want to go ahead and work it a little bit when you get yours. Does come with this JMac adapter, which is like a pick rail type thing here, so if you want to change this out and go with another pick style brace, you can. Pretty nice. Or if you decide you want to SBR it and go through all of that headache, you can as well. Hopefully we'll have that done away and we won't have to worry about it. Anyway, optics-wise, these do come with a side rail mount, which is awesome. And this one here, let me grab this here, that I chose is an Arsenal. This is the SM13K, as you can see. And then on top is my Hollow Sun. And there's the model number and everything right there for you. And this was on my AK-105, and I decided to put it on my Krink, quite frankly, because I had a millet set for this gun. I've been kind of prepping for a while, getting parts and pieces put together. And I decided I wanted something a little shorter, so I chose the Hollow Sun. And I couldn't be happier, and I swapped into the AK-105. And yeah, it works just fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Alright. Safety-wise, I did swap this out for my U-notch. I really like these U-notch safeties. As you can see, it'll hold your bolt carrier back so you can clear and do whatever you need to do. As you can see, it's been shot at the factory. I haven't shot this yet. It is, probably about 20 below right now with wind chill, so I'm not going anywhere for a while. So I do appreciate that quality control from for PSA for checking that out. Again, like I say, I really like these. It's pretty effortless to work, as you can see. I did have to do a little bending with these because, of course, AKs have so many different variants in it, but it's on there pretty tight now. The original one that you get from PSA right here does have a nice shelf on there, so you can get your hand on there pretty well. There's nothing wrong with these. I just prefer these U-notch ones, as you've seen in other videos. This is in the red furniture, tongue-tied, and I thought that was a nice choice for this gun. I really like it. This is not the magazine you're going to receive from PSA. This is a Bulgarian magazine I got from Gun Mag Warehouse. They're going to run you about 17 bucks. These are brown, or what they're calling brown. In the picture, they looked more orange, so I was really hoping I was going to get some, almost Bakelite magazines, but not quite, and not spend hundreds of dollars for a mag. But they fit the bill, and it still makes the gun look of the part. I don't intend to switch any of the furniture out at all. I'm going to leave the handguards alone. Oop, up here, sorry about that. It's been a long day. And then, of course, this pistol grip alone, because that's what I'm looking for, is the look. And I like how it looks. But I'll show you that other mag here in a minute. In the bolt, which, of course, I should have went over before I closed it, I do have a KNS piston in here. And those of you that are wondering what the hell piston is in there, it is the APS-S-17. Again, Alpha Papa Sierra Sierra 17. And that is the Bulgarian piston, I believe is how they have it on KNS's website. This is the factory one that I took out, and I actually was able to get this out with a punch and my hammer. The last one I had to do, when I removed the piston, I had to drill it out. And this one was actually fairly straight, which was nice. The last one I had was crooked as hell and a pain in the ass. So really easy for me to get out. Muzzle device-wise, it's just the crank booster that you see on a lot of Krinkov style guns. I may change this out, but for now it's going to stay. Quite honestly, with the piston in there, I know with the 300 Blackout, there is a AR-style gas system underneath here, and that's to help for running supersonic and subsonic loads. Of course, suppressed is unsuppressed, and that's how they achieved that with this particular gun, is there's actually, like I say, that gas block here, and it runs to this gas block here for your piston style, and then it runs from there. You probably don't need a K&S piston with the 300 Blackout. Honestly, I did this for choice and to dial my own loads once I get to that point. So probably don't need it, but those of you that are wondering, your 5.56 variant is probably going to be the same. I can't quote you on that. Then, of course, when they come out with the 5.45 and your 7.62 variants, they will probably all be the same. I can't see any reason why PSA would switch that out. Magazine-wise, again, both of these magazines fit this gun beautifully. I didn't have any movement in either one of them. So put the PSA one in right as soon as I got it. Clicks in no problem. Good and solid. The only thing that I saw is, I believe, the little catch here. That feels metallic, but the one in the front, that doesn't feel metallic. That feels like polymer. Where with these, I do really like these Bulgarian ones. I've said it in the past. These are metal reinforced as well, but this is polymer right here as well. They almost look like they're almost on the same pattern. Either one of these will probably be fine, but they both fit in the gun and function in the gun like they're supposed to. So, yeah, if you're looking for something like that, now you know. All right, now down to the brass tacks of why did I choose 300 Blackout versus other calibers that are offered in the Krink. And I'm going to make some purist groan. Well, it is what it is. So, why did I not choose the 5.56 variant? Well, 5.56 has a good place, and a lot of us know that you see them pretty commonly in the AR platform. But quite honestly, in a short barrel application with 5.56, that's just not going to work for what I intend to do with this gun, which is going to be punching a lot of paper and probably punching the occasional coyote. So once you get into a shorter barrel application in 5.56, it needs the gas pressure, meaning you're going to need a longer barrel. I believe 14 inches or better is generally kind of the sweet spot for most 5.56s, but I know a lot of AR guys are running like 10.5-inch pistols and 8.5-inch pistols and, so on and so forth, and they do fine. And if that works for you, that's awesome, but for me, that just wasn't the case of what I wanted to accomplish. Why did I not choose 7.62 by 39? Because they're very similar to 300 Blackout. Well, again, their PSA doesn't make one in 7.6239 at the moment, and finding parts kits, original parts kits, and then having someone build you a receiver is very expensive. I could probably buy 3 of these PSA guns or more for the cost that it's going to do from a parts kit. I love the 7.6239 caliber. That's what I started on when I started collecting AKs and started, shooting them and whatnot, and there's nothing wrong with that. But again, trying to find subsonic 7.6239, it's not impossible, but it's damn close, and it's very expensive. So I didn't choose to go that route. Other than that, the 7.6239 surplus that you can find in the full metal jacket's fairly plentiful and generally fairly inexpensive, so there is that. Why did I not choose 5.45 by 39, the original Krink cartridge? Well, again, we're going back to trying to find original parts kits and the fact that, again, PSA does not offer 5.45 by 39 in this platform as of yet, which is kind of disappointing, but they're working on it. Again, I really am a huge advocate for 5.45 by 39. It is out there. You might pay a lot for it. But again, it wasn't available, and quite frankly, I wanted something a little different. I will more than likely heavily consider the 5.45 by 39 once PSA gets them out on the road and gets them in production and gets them out, to the clientele. But for now, I will just be impatiently twiddling my thumbs until it gets here, which, from what I understand and from what I read, is maybe sometime this spring, early summer. So let's hope. Finally, I chose the 300 Blackout cartridge, one, because I do intend fully to suppress this gun at some point in time. The offerings in 300 Blackout are very plentiful. There's a lot here in the States that we can get a hold of versus the 7.62 variants, which, of course, other places may have better luck than we do. The plethora of supersonic and subsonic ammunition offerings are off the charts. Yes, it is going to be more expensive. It's probably going to be the more expensive route currently to shoot than some of the other variants if you can find the ammo. But for me, it just makes sense to get this in a caliber that I definitely want to suppress and ammunition that I can readily buy off most shelves. So that is why I chose the 300 Blackout. I know that some of the purists are, groaning in the background, but it is a good cartridge for what it is. specifically being, you know, a shorter barrel application and a cartridge that is designed for such. So I'm really looking forward to shooting this thing. It just standing here makes me want to go out into this stupid cold and go blast a couple of rounds off at the range, but not gonna happen right now. Anyway, long-winded speech, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully the next video involving this will be out at the range, having a little fun. That's what I got for you today. Until next time, comrades.